In the 11th year, she changed her face 7. Even the police couldn't recognize her. But on the 21st, she was caught. Today, I will talk about Futian Hezi, escaped, and she. In August 21st, Sanshan City received a call from A named Angong Hozi. Has been 2 days. She was a drinker that didn't come to work, and the phone couldn't be reached. So sent someone to the apartment where to check what was but. The apartment couldn't anyone, so they called the police. Learned about started ask the day knew. They were the dance hall. The police called Futian Hezi and asked him if he had seen Angong Hozi. He said he had never seen him. The police did not suspect him until 3 days later, someone found a female corpse. The new witness confirmed that it missing Angong Hozi. The police began to investigate case and found that Angong Hozi was very generous. He often told his friends. The police came to the house and checked the way that the property was emptied. There a single piece clothing left. Because they couldn't find the suspect, the police began the colleagues and friends. 6 days after the police came to the house to investigate, but found that the house had long missing. Only his husband when they asked about the whereabouts, her husband was unaware. The police asked for a search warrant to the Futian family. This investigation found a large number of gold and jewelry. Them women's clothes and Angong and Hozi are exactly the same. Her husband, Chishang, also did know of these clothes. The police brought Chishang to the police station to questions. Because Futian and Chishang's is very good, Chishang has been protecting his Futian. Never answered, so she kept it a long time. When investigated Futian, they found a mysterious secret. Futian with his husband, Chishang. The police told Chishang felt betrayed. At the time, thought if she'd hide, he took a deep and was out of he was when he at that moment told him what happened. This morning, the box came to Angang's house. He wanted to, he borrowed from the Angang's house was a various jewelry and expensive clothes. This Futian very angry, so they had a fight. Fu fought and got. But according to the investigation, the Futian and Hezi may not be true because the strangled Hezi was turned. The traces are not serious. It may also be that Futian Hezi strangled him at first. Wanted Futian to turn in, but Futian heard the word and went crazy. He would go jail and convinced Chishang to deal with him. Chishang listened to Futian and Futian's footsteps to the criminal's path. They used the quilt to the body. Car was to the forest, which people very scared. They didn't even consider to deal with the body. They just left on the slope. It was discovered after they went back to the house of and the property. On 21st, the police called Futian culture. He realized that the body of was discovered. So he packed up things, ran away. After they heard the confession, they wanted to arrest Futian. They thought it a trap. After Futian Hezi left home August 25th, he went Big Bank and took the Angong. On August 29th, arrived at the new dormitory inn and called his family to test the police's progress. His phone had already been the police and was waiting for Futian to call back. But Futian was very cautious. He refused to tell his specific location. But police still found his Tokyo. But Tokyo too big. It's find someone like Da Hai Lao Zhen. Futian and Z knew they were wanted, so he made a decision. That is to completely escape. The Tokyo was eyelid. The day went to Hangbin and had a nose surgery. After a week, he went to Debang again and had a lip surgery. In Wei. First hospital was that. He out the of Futian Hezi after 3 plastic surgeries. Futian went to Minggu Wu, had spent 590,000 yuan on plastic surgery. He found a small bar and to as a drinker after plastic surgery. Futian Ying looked very pretty and soon became the first in He. Met a named Kun Shan here and they fell in love. After a period time, they became a couple. On the hand, Kun Shan's family opened a dessert shop. In 1985, Futian followed her to live Jinzai. She was very smart and had in mind. She the store business to better. Everyone praised her and married a good woman. Her parents also liked her. He had in Jinzai and lived a stable life more a year. But he still thought about his family and wanted to his eldest son to live. If it his action, maybe he could stay for a long time. In October, wrote a letter. The letter was for the 19-year-old eldest son to Songshan to help him his business. After the eldest son saw his mother's letter, did, of course, it's in the name, but her nephew. The Kunshan family did not suspect it, but as time went by, Kunshan and Futian were together for 2 years. Futian wanted to marry Futian. If they were, they would to the Civil Affairs Bureau. They need to their ID. Futian knew that his identity was fake. It's impossible to Kunshan. So he made a lie, he Jindu, but his husband had reported him, he ran away. When? They didn't break, claiming that they never want to go back to this sad place. When Chunshan heard Futian's bitter, unhappy past, she understood that she hadn't mentioned marriage again. Chunshan's cousin suspected that Futian's not marrying Fu was there must be other reasons for him to keep a close eye Tian, until one time he found the address of Songshan. He remembered Futian once said that his hometown was in Jindu because TV often played about the Futian and his. It made him feel something wrong. But the Tian and the Futian look different. It's hard tell, but he still sticks to the rather catch wrong person than let go, ready to join the police to investigate thoroughly. What? After that, he was with Million Yuan, which him very desperate. He never stayed a place for more than 3 months. He later came to the Minggu Wu and Fujian County. He kept changing jobs, as waiter, cleaner, and regular. The first thing was his own life. After he had to 4-round surgery to completely change his appearance, which made the police hard to track him down. The appearance on has been changing. In fact, many people can't understand what kind of psychology must escape from. When were Futians found out he was a secret royal? Futian, he was on January 2nd, he a child. He his mother opened a family restaurant and raised him, he his mother in Ayuan County. When he was high school, he had a boyfriend. At that time was in a period. His boyfriend joined a student movement. He died by. This incident had a big impact. He dropped out. After he stayed at home all 19, he found a boyfriend and they lived because of lack of money. They decided to the tax office in ? After caught him and sentenced 6 years, and from 1966, 18-year-old Fukuda was locked up in the Toshiba prison. But it was that Japan could be such a because of the Black Road Inn. There were a lot of black societies, and these black societies were of criminals. They bought the prison, and Fukuda was prison. He by many black societies. Later, prison moved these criminals to the Khaosan women's prison. However, who knew in the prison? Futian Hezi was raped again. There was still a guard. Later, they gave Futian some money and let him out. It was because what happened that he had a huge depression. He never wanted to go to prison again. So when he killed someone, his first reaction was to run away, not to turn in and go to maybe. He escaped from was a disaster in but that when. In the long time he from one knew where was. When he was found, it was 1997. According to the law, at the murder was 15 years. The Fudan box crime was August 19th, so wait until August 19th. Even if police catch Fudan, they can't issue criminal charges against. In that case, Fudan box is completely free. The police will not let the prisoner regain freedom. Start to the search force. Continuously broadcast Fudan box, possible face, and his voice. And Fudan box may also know that there is 1 month, so relaxed and vigilant, often a tavern. Futian drank the tavern again, and a TV and broadcasted of his arrest. But Futian has already changed. But the bottle was by the owner of. In the conversation Futian, he heard who often comes to drink with him, the same escapee. So he called police. The police started to wait for Futian, and if Futian chose not to show up, but until August 19th, he might have really succeeded. Not only did he want to celebrate the coming of freedom, but also the of escaping. And the for a long time. After 14 years, 11 months, 9 days, Futian Hezi was finally arrested. Being doesn't mean it's over. Such long escape, Futian's heart has become so. In the conversation with, he changed another story. He said he was a middle school student and even took out his driver's license to prove his identity. But he still underestimated the police. Police used fingerprints and phone calls to compare the... He directly overturned Futian's lies. In August 18, at 2 p.m., 10 hours, he was with murder. In November, Futian Hezi was sentenced a final trial. He was sentenced to no more than year in he had in the most annoying prison. However, 1 year later, on March 10th, he was in Hegashan prison. When his son was receiving his remains, Futian Hezi had left a letter. So, I want to get married, want to a lively home, but an end I didn't get. Even true love can't be owned. In looking back, Futian Hezi has many opportunities to live the life. If he didn't kill anyone, he could live his original account. If he choose to escape, but to turn in, could cut off many his time. Even he could choose after the detention period over. He could also freedom. But all the ways were him. He finally pushed his life into the cliff.